If you are Black, Latin, a woman, pay attention till the end of the video. I'm gonna show you how to get at least 100K, easy, business funding. So we've been putting out videos about personal funding. We also want to talk about the business funding. And I just want y'all to know, if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I'll give y'all that sauce. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with that sauce so I can help y'all get to the next level. You can get the extra capital to scale your business, right? As business owners, we need extra capital, whether we're in trucking, we're in real estate, we're in e-commerce, you want to get a BBL, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you're doing, you need extra capital so you can get to the next level. A lot of people are always talking about EIN only funding. I don't want y'all to focus on that. I think people that focus on EIN funding and neglect their personal, they typically are running away from something, and that's dangerous. That's a dangerous mindset. So I'm gonna share my screen in a little bit, but before we get into it, I just want y'all to be aware of my 3-step framework that I use to basically be able to help people get unlimited business funding and business funding to achieve their goals. So number one, believe. I need y'all to believe that y'all are worthy of having the business funding. I need y'all to believe that any negative item, if you have a negative item on your credit report, can get deleted, because we're going on the basis of setting up our profile to be the PG. If you don't know what PG means, it means that you're basically co-signing your business. It could be a new LLC, it could be an old LLC. It doesn't matter, right? Depending on the lender you go to. So keep that in mind. There's ways around it, you know, purchase a seasoned LLC, things like that. But you need your personal to be right. So I need y'all mindset. I need your mindset. You watching this, I need your mindset to know if your personal has to be where it's supposed to be at. What does that mean? At least a 680. Oh, say at least a 680. You got to remember, at least means minimum. If you want to have minimum, you're going to get minimum funding. So this program that I'm going to show you is for Black people, Latin people, women in business. It's going to help you get to the next level. So you want to make sure that your credit is where it's supposed to be. So we're going to go over that in a little bit, but believe is also knowing under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 USC 1681. That's a Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 USC 1681. If you go to the congressional findings section, it says the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. What does that mean? That means that the banks need us. These banks need us more than we need them. I'm not saying go into it with like a weird attitude of, I'm just gonna get the money and not pay it back. Because, you know, your obligation is your obligation. But at the end of the day, I need y'all to understand that when Congress wrote the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they said the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. And that's low-key a double entendre, because I'm not just talking about when it comes to funding, I'm talking about using that phrase, using that language when it comes to getting any negative item removed off of your consumer report, your credit report. We put out hundreds of videos, up to thousands of videos going over, you know, the consumer laws to get these negative items removed. So if you happen to have any negatives on your credit, go ahead and watch those videos and, you know, get yourself situated so that you're able to structure yourself so you can come and get the best business funding approvals, the best personal funding approvals. But remember, it starts with the personal. The belief, that's number one. The next step, the 3-step process, is plan. When I say plan, I'm not telling you to just plan the banks that you're going to go to, that you're going to actually get funding from. That's important. You know, we need the bank branch locator to locate all the local banks, credit unions, all that, right? But number one, I want people to have the conversation of, what do I need? Do you really need $1 million in funding, or do you only need 100,000? Get only what you need. You can always go get more. And the beautiful thing about business funding, a lot of times you're getting these lines of credit, so you're only going to use what you need. A lot of times you're getting 0% interest cards, right? So you're able to put yourself in a situation where you're able to manipulate the situation to your benefit. On top of that too, if you don't know, anything that's on the business side is not going to be reported on the personal side. With the exception of Discover is one of those cards that I would say stay away from on the business side, because it will report to the personal. You have to do your own research as far as that, but typically business credit cards, you can go ahead and remove those hard inquiries because they will not report to your business. They will not report to your personal profile. So that's the plan. Plan is knowing to get only what you need, because you can always go get more money, right? So keep that in mind. If you know you only need 100,000, don't go rush to get 1 million, then you're misusing it. I want people to focus on the how of using their funds, because I've been getting people funding since 2021 when I started my credit repair business, and I've just seen situations where people misuse funds, and I don't want that to happen anymore. So I'm doing my best, as far as what I could do. I can only do what I could do. So be intentional about letting y'all know. Only get what you need. You should go into it knowing to get what you need. Don't go into it like, oh, I'm just gonna get all the funding, but you're not even gonna know how to use it. Goes back to the basics of financial literacy. So I need y'all to understand that. So the final step is execute. You have to take action. It's as simple as that. Let's share the screen. Let's get into the program. Let's get it. All right. So this bank is BMO Harris. Hold on, let me make myself bigger. Am I big enough? Pause. All right, let's get it. All right, so how to get specialty business funding. If you got a 680, at least, remember that's the least minimum. When we say minimum, we don't want to be minimum. We want to be maximum, right? Because if we aim for minimum, we're going to get the minimum. If we're trying to go for a shortcut, we're going to get cut short. So I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to understand when you go into these things, you want to be the best, right? You gotta know who you are before you actually are who you are. I said a long time ago that I have the most valuable YouTube channel on the planet. I went and made it happen. I literally have the most valuable YouTube channel on the planet. I went and made it happen, right? So I need y'all to understand and really articulate to yourself. I know I'm worthy of getting this funding. I know I'm worthy of getting the best credit report. Let me go ahead and make it happen. I said I was before I was. That's something I like to say when I'm doing speaking to people. So keep that in mind. If you got a 680, at least 5 primary accounts. Remember, everything with at least is the minimum. We want to have the maximum. So don't just have 5 primary accounts. Have 20 if you can. No negatives. That's non-negotiable. And then, if you're in real estate, e-commerce, etc., it's gonna work for you. But the main thing is this is a specialty program for people that are Black, people that are women, people that are Latin as well. So like I said, at least 5 positive accounts. You want to have at least a 680. Your debt to income ratio should be less than 30%. I've spoke about in a previous video of resources you could use to go ahead and decrease your DTI. So go ahead and do your research on that. And just watch my videos and you'll be good. Not more than 3 to 4 hard inquiries on each report. That's important because one thing I want to say about that, I think I've said it before too. A lot of people are like, okay, don't have more than 3 to 4 on each report. That's cool, that's cute, but you got to understand that when it's at least 6 months old, the hard inquiry is not as effective. It's not going to impact you as much. So that's something that people don't typically tend to mention. So that's something you want to be aware of. And then, like I always say, if you need to fix your credit, go ahead and watch my YouTube channel. Binge watch my YouTube channel, right? If you want the fastest results, obviously you could pay a credit repair specialist, but I literally put it out for free for y'all. Y'all should know how to do it by now, right? And don't be in my comments talking about, oh, I wish I had good credit. I wish this. We're grown. We're adults. Articulate yourself like a boss. If you're gonna make a comment here, you need to articulate yourself like an adult. We speak like adults. We don't speak like people that just have a 9-to-5 mindset. So keep that. All that I wish, and no action. That's how people that have a 9-to-5 mindset articulate themselves. You guys are bosses. You guys are part of the 1%. If you're watching my channel, you're subscribed to my channel, you're obviously consuming the greatest content you could consume. So keep in mind what it's doing to your subconscious mind. So yeah, keep that in mind too. All right, so typically for business, you want your business to be 2 years or older. If it's not, you can find alternative banks that you can go with. But when it comes to actual business credit cards, a lot of times it's going to be stated income. Stated income meaning that whatever you project your business to do is what it's going to be. It has to make sense though, right? I'm not saying to say a certain thing, but if you got a new business, obviously if you haven't made money yet, you're projecting what the income is going to be over the next year. So keep that in mind. When it comes to lines of credit, loans, and things like that, that's where you're going to have to do more of the, providing proof and things like that. So keep that in mind. All right. So BMO Harris. So you can get up to 50K line of credit, no docs. Like I said, it's a specialty program for African Americans, Latinos, women, And they pulled TransUnion. So let's look at it a little bit, and then y'all can just take y'all action. And move myself out of the way. It's in the way. Why is it not moving? Hold on, it's lagging. Okay, no, it's right here. Okay, so BMO Harris. BMO for Black and Latino businesses. So if you go to community industry here, you just click on here. Okay, I got myself in the way. So you see BMO for Black and Latino businesses, you see for Native-owned businesses, you see for women in business, but right now we're talking about Black. Because as you see on the screen, as you can see, I'm Black, so that's what I'm talking about right now. So cool. Let's just talk about what you can get with the program. So they talk about better access to capital, and better access to working capital with expanded credit. If you're a business owner, you need capital to expand your business. It can be for marketing. Right, that's a big part of our budget, marketing, because y'all gotta know us, right? You have to know me, right? So keep that in mind. It can be for YouTube ads, it can be for Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever ads. So, oh wait, don't skip my ads. We're monetizing on YouTube, so we get paid for all this. So go ahead and if you want to do us a favor for the value we give you, do not skip our ads. All right. So yeah, get easier access to capital for your business. Like I said, get a revolving line of credit and or a business credit card, totaling credit up to $50,000. That allows you only to pay interest on what you borrow. So what did I say? To $100,000. That's $100,000 right there. Let's say you get a $50,000 credit card. You get a $50,000 revolving line of credit. So you're Black, you're Latino, you're a woman, right? In business. So now you got a free $100,000. Not to say that you obviously got to pay back what you use, but you got access to an additional $100,000 that you could use to grow your business, but it has to make sense. It has to make sense. If you're going to take that $100,000 and put it into marketing, okay, what's the conversions? These are conversions, getting appointments booked on your calendar, and you close maybe 20% of them. So every 10 people that you book, you close 2 people, and you're charging like $5,000 each for your mentorship program or whatever. So, okay, now you made a $10,000 return on your investment. So then it makes sense. If you're in e-commerce or you're buying products, and then you're going to sell the products. Obviously, with e-commerce, you're going to be selling products for super low, but you're going to be buying them for super low, selling them higher for, the margin. Okay, that makes sense. Are you in real estate? Are you investing in a property, investing in land, whatever, where it makes sense? So I would just want y'all, before y'all go about getting funding, before y'all book a consultation with my team, understand what you want to use the funding for, because this is something we're going to ask you. If you want to get with experts so we could help you get the best funding, best approvals, you need to understand that these are things that we're going to ask you. So whether you're doing it yourself or you're working with the expert that's going to help you get the funding money, definitely be aware if they're asking you how are you going to use the funds, because if they're just like, okay, yeah, we're just going to get you funding, we don't worry about how you're going to use it or anything, to me, that's a red flag. They're just looking to get the check. And I think it's important that we talk about the responsibility as far as how we're actually managing these funds. So just keep that in mind as you're working with people for funding, working with people for these services. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to go over today. I know we've been going over some personal funding, so I just wanted to talk about business funding as well, just to give y'all more options, So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you take action. I'm gonna leave the link below. If you want to book a call with someone on my team, if you qualify, eventually you would come to me, and then I would work one-on-one with you to help you get the best funding catered to your needs. If you want 100,000, 200,000, 50,000, whatever, we'll help you get those approvals. If your credit is right, you have to come with a good credit profile. We can only do so much, right? We do have, connections to these lenders, but we can only do so much. It has to make sense. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed one. Make sure you share it with somebody. Make sure share this with somebody that's going to help. Even if you're not in position right now to get the funding, don't be a hater. Go ahead and share it with somebody that they're in position. You can even partner up with somebody. Let's say you got bad credit. This is a quick play you can run. Let's say you got bad credit, right? But someone with good credit. You can go partner with them, assuming that y'all are, trustworthy. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm gonna just have the execution. I'm gonna do the ideas, all that, but we're gonna use your credit. You put them on your operating agreement once you get your LLC. They happen to be majority owner of the business, so you're using their credit as basically, the fallback option. But it has to be with somebody that you trust, and you have to be a responsible person. I don't know if you're a responsible person, I'm gonna assume if you're watching my content, you're gonna be responsible with finances. So that's something you could do right now too. If you just happen to not have the credit, the personal credit to back it. But hopefully this helps. Hopefully it helps somebody out there. Y'all let me know. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.